Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your boy, DJ Gamer, that retro modern gamer. It is a special episode that we have here today. Today, we have Chris from Kimo Kawaii. It's a pleasure. I've seen these events. I've seen how, Abby's been telling me all about this. So, it is very special to have you, Chris, today on our show. How's it going, Chris?
Pretty good. Thanks for the
Excellent.
invite.
There you
Yes,
go.
no, thank you so much for joining us. I am honored to sit down and chat with you. I have been hyping up Kimo Kawaii Anime Experience and Convention for the past few weeks now. I am genuinely excited for this because this is a first time convention. I have never even heard or seen anything like this. So, Chris, tell us a little bit about you, and then we'll kind of pick your brain about Kimo Kawaii.
All right. Well, I'm the owner and founder and CEO of Kimo Kawaii, and I've been a professional artist, making guest appearances at conventions and art festivals all over the nation. And I've gone into the event business, and I've taken my creative side, and I look at conventions and events as I look at it as art. I'm gonna turn my
Right.
AC off. I'm sorry, guys. It kicked on as soon as our interview came
No,
on.
you're good.
That's okay.
You're fine. You're fine. I
See?
didn't tell.
That's
Yeah,
why-
I
that's
didn't even
why-
hear it.
Another
Good
perk
to
of
see
not
you.
going live.
You're fine.
We get it. We get it. It's a-okay.
You're fine.
So great. So go ahead. DJ, we had some questions for Chris. Let's go ahead and start rolling with those.
That we will. That we will. So, what is Kimo Kawaii? What does Kimo Kawaii mean? Where did all that come from? Where did the name? How did that start?
Kimo Kawaii. Well, I will tell you the story. Actually, I did a convention maybe 10 years ago, and I had a booth mate. Somebody in a booth next to me. He was an older Japanese man, and he was going through this book I have called Graveyard Girl, and he's going through some of my art. I don't know if you guys have seen my art. I can send you a link to some pictures and
Yes,
stuff to my website.
please.
Please do.
My art's kind of been compared to like Tim Burton and Jonan Vasquez and the Addams Family and stuff like that. So, kind of dark, but has lightheartedness to it and like a sense of humor to it. And so he was going through some of my prints and through the pages of my book, and he starts smiling. And I was like, well, what are you seeing in there? He was like, it's not really what I'm seeing. It's just there is a phrase in Japan that describes your art perfectly. And I was like, what is that? And he said, Kimo Kawaii. And he said it means like cute and weird, or like disturbing, but cute, gross. There's a few different translations, but pretty much we're going with cute, weird.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah. So like natural things you might think about that's cute and weird is maybe like a pug. They're kind of ugly,
okay.
Yeah.
but they're also incredibly cute. Or like a baby octopus. It's like, ew, but it's like, oh, at the same time,
Yes,
Kimo Kawaii.
definitely.
So that's the origin of the name.
That is
That's-
amazing. It's just how when things just you don't even see them, and then like just out of the blue, this person tells you this is what that art represents, and
Right.
it just clicked, right? It just clicked with you. You're like,
It
know
did.
what?
And it was funny too, because when I went into the event business, I was like, okay, I'm going to do an anime convention first. And I was like, what am I going to name it? Do I name it something local? What do I name it? And then I just kept seeing that old Japanese man smile, and then what he told me, and I was like, I can't get it out of my head. It's got to be that. And then I even I had one person tell me that there's just kind of like, it should have the name. A convention should have the name of the local place it's at. And I'm like, I'm kind of thinking bigger than that though. Like,
Yes.
I don't want to isolate myself like that. And then I just kind of blend in with everybody else. The whole purpose of Kimo Kawaii in my mind and in my vision is to give the community something different. that's not the
Nice.
same as everything else.
That
I
is
don't
not the
want to
same.
follow the templates. You know, I'm paying attention to the templates because people like many parts of the templates, and that's why it's a template. But Kimo Kawaii is more of like an innovative art project using a convention as my medium.
I am so excited about this. I have been reading over the events and everything that's been going on and what you've got planned. But I want to know, out of all of the exciting events scheduled over the weekend, what are you most excited about?
Okay. It's like all of them are my children, and I shouldn't pick a favorite,
But
but I'm gonna do it. Okay, so the Totoro, I'm very, very excited about the giant fuzzy Totoro, and Totoro almost didn't happen. He was part of the vision, but he almost didn't happen because, okay, if you want to build a big, giant, life-size Totoro, and you don't have time to do it yourself, and you want it realistic, like fuzzy, you want people to feel like they're there with Totoro. Who do you call? Like,
I don't know.
you can look in the white pages all you want. You can Google things all you want. Who's gonna do this?
How do
So-
you contract a Totoro builder?
Yeah, and you know, I know, like,
True,
I have some
that's
ideas.
true.
There's no like blueprint you can look up and be like, hey, how to build a giant Totoro. But I kind of put it out there. There was one person I was considering that I saw do props before, but it didn't look like his work didn't look like what I had envisioned for Totoro. And I didn't see him do anything that made me feel like he could do Totoro. So I wasn't confident in that. And then I was like, I really want this, but I don't have time to do it myself because I'm managing so many different things. I won't bore you guys with everything I'm managing, but you got to be a little insane to do any sort of convention. You do. You have to be the right kind of crazy.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So I'm very stingy with my time as far as what I have to do because I'm being realistic. I have to get things done. I have to make sure other people are getting things done, etc. So my friend, he's a body man, you know, he does body work and paints cars, and he opened up his own shop, and I started noticing he has a bit of a creative side to him, but I didn't think of anything other than him fixing like dents in cars and painting cars because that's what he's done for me and that's what I've seen him do. He was like, I think we could build that. And I'm like, he's saying we. He's saying we, and that's me. Like taking him away. Like I'd rather just direct it and you know, tell him what I want and pay someone to do it. And I don't have a lot of money to pay someone to do it, so that makes it even more difficult. And so he FaceTimes me one day. I kind of just put it in the back of the mind. To be honest, at some point in all this, I was almost like, maybe Totoro's next year, you know? And so like I get a call from him just randomly out of the middle of the night, and I answer the phone, and he's like, so I want to show you I started the Totoro. And I'm like, oh, really? Okay, well, let's see what this looks like. He was like,
Right.
it's just the base. It's just the base that we can build off of. And honestly, that was the part that was feeling overwhelming to me, just getting started and putting it
That
together.
first step.
Mm-hmm. Because it's a commitment. Because if I have OCD. When I start something, I have to finish it, or it really, really bugs me. And I have to finish it good because my expectations are really high.
Mhm.
I shoot really, really, really high. Because if I fail, then I'm still failing like higher than someone that's not putting their standards very high. You know what I mean?
Right. So
Mhm.
you're achieving it for that. You had the idea. You're shooting for it. You're pushing for it, and then even getting that first step of having the base for Totoro. Somebody
Mhm.
that never even got the idea off of paper. You're already succeeding past that. So I'm curious to know what went into development after, the base is built, then what happened?
So he reveals it to me because we're, the anticipation, me and Kitty is my fiance. And so I was like, I put him on speaker and we're FaceTime. So she hears it and she's like, what? He started Totoro? And I'm like, this is crazy. And I even went on my phone because I'm making a documentary of all this, of everything, the making of Kimo Kawaii, which we can talk about later. I went to my phone to record the FaceTime and all that. And he reveals it. And he had these rollers, these big giant metal things on rollers, almost like airport things that you put suitcases on and push them.
Yeah.
Almost like that. And he had it all wrapped up with cardboard and tons of tape. And so I'm just looking at it. And then he also did something where he made like an arm coming out because we discussed like the position. So it's all wrapped up in the cardboard, and he's telling me how he structured it. And he's like, this isn't what it's going to look like. This is just like starting it. And since he did the hard part, that to me, not the hard part, but like the part that was kind of feeling overwhelming, which was getting started, and I saw what he had and what he was doing, and he had like a vision of direction that we could go in. And first we had to decide if we were going to do it hard or soft.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we did it hard, I have experience with sculpting. I have experience with all kinds. I can make anything out of clay and paper mache and stuff like that. But we wanted Totoro to be like fuzzy and soft and cuddly. And I didn't really have any experience of how to do that, because in my mind, I'm like, that's sewing. That's doing all kind of crazy patterns. This project is going to suck tons of my time. And, and he's saying things like, we built this. And now he started it. So now I'm already kind of weirdly, in a way, committed. and then he's like, yeah, so when can you come by to brainstorm some ideas? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I have time to brainstorm some ideas. So we go to his shop, and he has it all set up. He has like a little area set up just to work on Totoro, and like all the necessary stuff around. He went and bought tools that, relate to the project. And he's like, we need this, this, and this, and this. I said, let's go to the store and get it. Because I'm thinking, I'll get you the stuff. You do the stuff, and I go and I do the other Kimo Kawaii stuff. But he's smart. So he didn't let me do that. And what he did is, once we had the stuff, he just started working on it right in front of me. So that stimulates the creative side of me, right?
Oh, yeah.
And now I forget about all the things I'm supposed to be doing. And now I'm completely intrigued and immersed in directing Totoro, because now it's happening.
It's happening.
Money and time into it. Now it's happening. And I'm really happy he did that, actually. I'm really grateful that he took the initiative and took ownership of the project and was like, we're going to do this. He's been awesome. I can't praise him enough. His shop, by the way, is called Modern Vintage, and he's just a good dude, and he's super creative and just knows a little bit of everything. So here we go, putting this together. We did it all with foam. He went and scouted out fabric and stuff like that. He found this blue fabric that looked like Totoro's fur. Somebody scalped Totoro and sold us a roll of his fur.
Oh my goodness.
But it looks just like it. Now Totoro, he's gray, like a grayish blue, but I've also seen him depicted as blue too. So
yeah, I have too. I'm a huge Miyazaki fan, and some of those films are gorgeous, and just the way that they portray all of the textures in those films. And you're absolutely right. I have seen Totoro with different shades of gray and brown, even blue. Yeah, brown. Lots of beautiful.
Yeah, it's weird how they change his color like that. Maybe it's the environments that he's in that changes.
True.
The color.
Yeah, definitely. And there are, if you've ever seen Totoro, My Neighbor Totoro, there are so many different environments that those characters cross and create. So
Oh yeah.
I am excited to just even see Totoro live. That is just
Live.
going
Oh,
to make
I can't wait
all
for
of
you
my
guys to see
dreams
it.
come true.
So as we're building it, I'm becoming more involved in it now, and and he's like, I don't really know what to do about this part and this part and this part, and I'm thinking in my head, I know exactly what to do for that part, and that part, like the
Yeah.
eyes, the nose, the mouth. He was like, I'm a little hazy on what we should do for that, and I'm like, I'll take care of that part. So I sculpted the eyes, the nose, the mouth. There's another interesting part to this story. When he first showed it to me, the front of what is Totoro now was he had planned for to be the back, and so he planned for the back to be the front because he gave it a big old belly. But
Oh.
Totoro's belly isn't like, it's not like that, like a beer belly.
Right. It's not a
Come on.
protruding belly.
Right. It's just more like a jelly bean shape.
Right.
So I'm looking at the back of it, and he had some chalk out, and I grabbed the chalk and I just drew Totoro on the back of it with the chalk. And we're looking at it, and I was like, dude, I think the back is the front. And he's looking at it, and he was like, whoa, I spent all that time thinking the other side was going to be the front. And you're 100% right. And like, we're looking up at him because Totoro's like this to us.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think you're right. And I was like, all right, so this is the front. And he was like, cool, that works. So we made a couple adjustments and made that happen. But as we built it, it became almost like effortless. Every time I ran into a roadblock where I'm like, I don't know what we're going to do here, he would throw out some suggestions. It would stimulate ideas for me. I'd throw out suggestions. That would stimulate. It was synergetic. And then
Oh, wow.
it was almost effortless. Like it began building, like we just built it. Like it was building itself. And then he was doing all these things that I didn't ever think about or knew was really a thing with fabric, like putting cuts in certain ways. And like, it was an intense project, and we knocked it out in 2 weeks.
Wow. That's incredible.
And it's Totoro.
I cannot wait. I'm very, very excited for it.
So your original question was, what are the things that I'm most excited about? I just went on a long tangent on how excited I am about how I built Totoro, but I didn't tell you how excited I am about it. What I'm excited about is seeing the faces of everybody when they walk in through the convention doors. I almost want to put up like a time-lapse camera from Totoro's perspective to get that, because I'll tell you what, when I was a kid and I went to Disneyland or like Chuck E. Cheese, when I would see those characters, those cartoon characters that I'd see on TV, it felt magical. It made me feel like it's like a comfortable, safe, excited, magical feeling. And I don't care if you're an adult or a kid.
Yes.
When you see stuff like that, it takes you back to that. You remember the way that felt. So Kimo Kawaii anime experience is very intentional. I want the experience of people coming in to just feel like they're in a magical place. So Totoro's going to be, as soon as they walk in, they'll see Totoro in an environment. He's in front of like some dark woods with trees in the back of him. Mm-hmm. And then he'll be there just waiting to cuddle you up. Like he's fuzzy, he's soft, and he's got his arm out and he's holding the umbrella over you. and he's got the leaf on his head. And when you touch him, it's like touching like Totoro's fur if he were real. He's real.
I am
and he's in my storage unit.
I want to hug him now. I do.
Yes, you should. Yes. Totoro is real, and he lives in Conroe, Texas. In my storage.
Like for real, I want to go down there and like, Totoro, where are you? Come here.
Yes.
That is so exciting. Twant you for sharing that story with us.
That is exciting.
So that's only one of the things I'm mostly excited about. You want to hear the other one?
Yes.
Sure.
Please share.
The other two?
Yeah.
Okay. So the other one is the voice recording opportunities that I set up for everyone. Well, not everyone, a select amount of people. And so what we did is we added an add-on to our ticket. For $100, you get to do a voiceover for a real anime, legitimately produced by professionals. And not only you get to do voiceover but for a character, but also our voice actor guests are doing voiceovers for it. So when we premiere this anime, this short anime film, we're going to build a lot of anticipation up to it, right? Because it's going to be after Kimo Kawaii. We record it at Kimo Kawaii, but the premiere of the actual finished anime will be a couple months after Kimo Kawaii. But you will get to see your character that you voiced be alive on screen in an anime, and then when the credits roll, you're seeing your name next to the pros.
Oh
Wow.
my God! Okay,
That is a real. that is
yes.
That's an experience
So-
that you will not get at any other convention.
Exactly.
It is available to people that are going to attend Kimo Kawaii. I think that's the
Yes.
part that people need to.
We are
you
sold
can-
out of that
Ooh,
that
there you go.
ticket. Of
That
that
is-
ticket. We are sold
That
out.
is nice because there you
So-
go. Because you see how people want to do more voice acting than ever right
Mhm.
now, due to the fact that anime, the way it's taken off, so you get a bunch of people who want to experience that, to see their voices on character. So that is
Exactly.
awesome. That is awesome right there.
So every year we're going to do this. We're going to offer
Oh
a certain
my
amount of
God.
slot for a guaranteed voiceover that you get to do for a real anime with the pros. And not only that, if you feel a little like, I need a little coaching on this, I need some direction or something, we have workshops going on taught by our guests, our voiceover guests, on
That's amazing.
coaching you on what to do, perhaps even on your line. Like if you're like, how should we say my line? You know, Lise Bauman and Cynthia Kranz are both doing workshops on voice acting before you go in for your recording.
That is incredible.
Wow,
And DJ
wow.
is absolutely right when he says that there are more people wanting to dip their toes into voice acting. We recently just had a voice actor on our podcast, and he even said he needed coaching before getting into it. And this is incredible, Chris. I am looking very much so forward to this.
Yeah, me too. I'm
You
excited.
got me
People keep-
wanting to go down there already. Like I like legit.
Where you at, man?
in California?
Oh, okay. Hey, this might be worth the plane ticket.
Yeah, I, honestly, yes.
If you can't do it this year, maybe for sure next year.
Yes, yeah, I know. I'm attending. Like I said, if it doesn't happen this year, I will see Total Row in person. I am
yeah.
going to do that. I'm putting that on the list.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
you'll be in our documentary.
Oh, thank you.
Because
Wow.
we'll put clips from this in it.
Okay.
That's going to be awesome.
Yes, big time.
So-
awesome right there.
The other thing, my other favorite child of Kimo Kawaii is the Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, tell us about that. I want to know about that.
I have never seen anything like this at a convention. I'm not saying nobody's ever done a Battle of the Bands at a convention. I don't know. I've never seen it, and I've never seen it
Yeah.
the way we're doing it. Here's what we're doing. So basically, I put out a call to bands in the community and the Conroe surrounding area community. And so I went through all the bands that submitted. Now, the first thing that I looked for was professionalism. Like, are you filling out the form properly? Are you giving me music samples to hear like I asked for? Are you giving us photos of your band like I asked for, logos, stuff like that? How's your communication? Because I'm investing a lot of time, energy, and money into building this promotion. And I want people who are serious and dedicated to it. And so out of probably 12 submissions, I've narrowed it down to 3.
Yeah, 3. Okay.
Wow.
And
If those are the requirements and that's what it's down to, those are going to be some 3 phenomenal groups that we're going to be able to see.
Oh yes.
Yeah, because
So
they took
this is like
they
going
actually took
through.
what you said and said, yeah, if he's asking for this, and you know who's going to be serious about it, then yes. If you narrowed it down to 3, you know that's good.
Mhm, exactly. So, and we're still getting submissions, but I'm paying very close attention to those rules. I want a certain amount of professionalism because if I'm going to put all this time and energy into building this and what I'm doing afterward for it, I want to make sure that they are bringing it. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that this is something that everybody that's there will love to see and love to experience, and the people and the bands that are doing it are going to appreciate the promotion because these guys don't have a big following yet.
Oh yeah,
But the goal is I want to provide them a platform and promote them so well that it gets them other opportunities, and every year I will be open to, keep supporting them and keep promoting them and keep putting them on a stage and a platform to rock out and be seen.
Right. Oh, that's wonderful.
I'm distributing the Kimo Kawaii Battle of the Bands 2022 soundtrack on all music platforms. You'll find their tracks and their bands on Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, Apple Music, everywhere.
Oh,
And
my
wow.
God, yes.
yeah, so these guys don't have followings. They live in Conroe, Texas. Like this isn't a really a place that has like huge opportunities to be seen by the world, but now they do.
That's so wonderful.
Oh my God, we got to give you your flowers just for doing that. You're giving opportunity to other people, and that's what anybody who's trying to do something is asking for. Is I just need a little bit of spotlight. I just need a little bit of promotion. I just need more. That is perfect. Everybody, Anime Universe, bands, everybody, give this man his flowers. Appreciate what he's doing because my God, you got to be special to be doing what you're doing, and not everybody does it. So yes.
Thanks, man.
For real, you have no idea.
It probably comes from me growing up lower middle class. Not my parents couldn't afford to get me music lessons. I play guitar. I'm an artist, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I never really had much opportunities to rock out like I could. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I felt like I was a lot better and had a lot more potential than the opportunities that I had around me. But I guess my obsession with Kimo Kawaii and my events and doing these things is because I noticed something missing from me growing up in my life and my environment around me. So all of this, even what you guys are doing, believe it or not, makes a difference in people's lives. It's not just your life that it makes a difference in. It makes a difference of anybody that you touch. So why not try to enrich your community? And why not the people that want to work with you? If you know how to make them look good and know how to grow everything, do it. So that's kind of where I'm at. I want to provide opportunities for everybody that wants to play ball.
I love
nice. That is nice. That is perfectly wrapped up in a bow. Nicely wrapped. There you go. My God, yes, that is awesome. That is special, honestly, like I said, Chris, because not everybody will take the time to do what you're doing. So by all means, you are a special human being. Thank you.
I appreciate that, man. You guys are too. It's cool because when I've been sharing everybody that I've shared the vision with so far within my circle is like, yes, let's do this. And so in that, we've built an amazing freaking team, and I feel like you guys are part of our team too because you guys are part of the voice. You guys are part of the voice. You get the voice out there. So, I'm really proud of our team, and without the team, it wouldn't be right. You know what I mean? It just wouldn't be right. It would just be, I don't know. It wouldn't be anything.
Yeah.
If it wasn't
That
without
is
the
so
community.
true. But where they feed off from is your vision, is what you are presenting and what you want to do. So by just that, just feeling that inspires people, and they're like, you know what? He's got that vision. Let's jump on. Let's do what we can to help him with this. So yes, that
I
is
love that.
yes, that is
I love
right
that.
on right there with the team and everything. So yeah, big appreciation for that. So, and you know, Kimo Kawai is getting a lot of attention from the community and the media. Why do you think Kimo Kawai is captivating so many people?
Just because of how different it is. It's not cookie cutter, and it's not a template.
Yeah.
It's a fresh, new, innovative piece of art. And the thing about it too is it's not just appealing to one type of people, because I'll tell you what, you don't have to like anime or care about anime to love Kimo Kawai. And you know what? If you feel that way, if you don't really, you're not into it or you don't know much about it, Kimo Kawai is a good place to start, because
Nice.
it's anime themed, but there's something for everybody. You know what I mean? There's rock and
Yes.
roll. There's
Yeah.
live rock
Yeah.
and roll there. There's artists doing portraits of you in cartoon styles. There's ramen bowls. There's things for your,
Yeah,
even if you don't like it, there's
you got me
things for you to
sold right
fan.
now, dude. I'm looking in for tickets right now.
So that's something that on our podcast, DJ and I try to stress, because not everyone, you don't just start out bodybuilding, right? You're not just automatically.
Right.
Same thing for anime. You don't just start out a huge anime fan and you know everything. So we always try to welcome anyone into the anime universe. If you only know Sailor Moon and you want to try to do different flavors of different animes and learn things, that's something that we really try to encourage. So for someone who maybe has never attended an anime convention and might be intimidated by that idea, going to a battle of the bands at an anime convention, it's
Yeah.
kind of, doesn't sound as scary, right? Oh, I want to go have my caricature and I know Totoro and it's going to be anime too. It sounds like there's different facets of this that any level of anime fan, beginner, expert, intermediate, casual, professional, whatever they may consider themselves, it's going to have appeal for everyone.
True. It will. And,
Yeah.
it's another thing too. I think a lot of the conventions have been the same for so long that it's almost fallen into this rhythm to where it has to be this way and it has to be this way in their minds. But that's really just in their minds. But anime kind of has this thing. You guys know, anime has a stigma with some people, maybe like more sports people. I see it because I love UFC stuff. So I see a little bit more of it where like, anime, isn't that for nerds? Okay. There's everything for nerds. There's, sports nerds. There's car nerds.
True.
But are they nerds? Like, I hear Megan Thee Stallion singing about it. She's not a nerd.
Yes.
Right.
I hear Israel
fan of anime.
Yes, and I hear
Big
Israel Adesanya. He's the middleweight champion of the UFC. Yeah. You're telling me he's a nerd? And
right?
What's cool about it is they'll admit they're nerds. So
yeah,
what's wrong with being
a nerd? It's not taboo anymore. It's cool now.
If you could be the middleweight champion of the world, and you can be Megan Thee Stallion, like the most famous pop star in the world. You're telling me that it's uncool being a nerd? I'm a nerd. Sign me up.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is no questions. No questions.
I want Kimo Kawai to be like a palatable thing for people who have not yet crossed over, and we will get them and we will pull them in and we will show them.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yes, I love that. God. That's so fun that you mentioned different people enjoying anime. We had a fun segment back when we were in our very first season, where I think we focused on MLB players. Oh no, not MLB. The NBA basketball players,
Yes.
where they had their shoes customized with anime art. And you really think like basketball players and anime, those two things don't typically go together. But now it's really slowly picking up through, I mean, all forms of media. Even the NFL just did a whole anime introduction. And they had all the different teams and all the different animes meshed together. It was really cool.
Yes.
There you go.
That's awesome. See, that's what I want. I just want stigmas need to go away. Weird stigmas that like, oh, this group of people, they don't like this, or this type of stuff is stupid, and that's only this type of people. Those stigmas need to go away because you can be a nerd with anything. Really.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, the more we evolve mentally as a society, the more fun we can have and more creative.
Yeah, okay. Well, Chris, it seems like you have a very distinct vision for Kimo Kawaii. What will Kimo Kawaii look like in a few years?
It's going to be a fan favorite, I think. And the thing about it is it's not just, I know people look forward to their favorite conventions every year, and it's like, who's going to be the new guests? And other than that, everything's pretty much the same. But Kimo Kawaii is going to be a yearly spectacle. It's going to be a spectacle every year, and you never know what you're going to get. Like this year, and everything that we do that people love, we're going to keep. And hopefully they love everything, and we'll just keep everything and keep building on it. But every year we're going to introduce new things that no one's ever thought about before. Because mark my words, today is May 22nd, 2022 at 9:46 p.m. I am making a prediction that other not just anime shows, but anime shows and pop culture conventions will be copying things that we're doing here because they will see how excited people are getting about it. And I do not feel protective about that. Do it. Do it. Grow it.
I love that attitude.
Grow your conventions. Make them awesome. Make more people love it. Make more people want to come. Build the community. It just helps everybody. I'm not in competition with anybody.
Right.
I will promote other shows. I will work with other promoters. I will give them ideas. I can think of a million different ideas in one day. So
yeah,
just let's grow the community together.
No gatekeeping at Kimo Kawaii. We're only encouraging.
Encouraging and here to help everybody. That is so rare for what you're doing because not everybody just comes out who's ever hosting, running, or creating events is gonna do that. It's like, yeah, you know what? Come here, I'll help you out. But exactly, that's why I say, Chris, you are special, man. You are so special. You don't even know the impact you got on me right now, dude. I'm just like, dude, okay.
Okay, so this is totally off the record. I told DJ, I said, well, first I told Chris, I said, my co-host is Mr. California Dreamer. He always inspires me anytime I speak to him. And then that was so special. And then I came and told DJ, I was like, oh my gosh, I had the best time talking to Chris. He has the same mindset as you. You are both so inspiring. And just listening to you two feed off of each other, I'm just sitting here like, if you you know how in anime there's just the little sparkles all around?
Yeah.
If someone could animate that about me, that's exactly what it would be like.
Done.
The little
We're gonna
rosy
do that.
cheeks and
We're
everything.
Oh
gosh.
Yeah. Strike a pose, Abby. Let's see it. There it is. Look at the sparkles. I saw them in my mind. I saw them in my head.
That's it.
It really is. It's special. I am very excited to be working on this. I cannot wait to attend it. And Chris, I was able to reach out to Lana a little bit today. We're going to start working on those cosplay interviews, and I'm just ready. Every ounce of my being is so ready for this.
Yes.
So, just speaking to you, listening to you, how you had this vision for this and everything I'm pretty sure you run into roadblocks like anything. Is running a convention a difficult job? Oh yeah.
That says it all. That says everything.
Okay, so yes, it's hard work and lots of mental stamina. It's basically like playing 50 chess games with 50 different opponents, and they all want you to make your move back at the same time.
Okay.
It's like cooking 43 different recipes on the same stove burner at the same time. It's like getting jumped into a gang where the gang members hit you with emails and messenger and text instead of their fist. But I love it. So it doesn't hard work feels good when it's something you love and you want to do and you're passionate about.
Bingo, 1000% on that. That is exactly, sometimes this is like you see the task, you see everything's being thrown at you, but you're like, you know what? It's work. We put in the work for something like this. There's always going to be that, okay, maybe this is difficult, but no, the vision is bigger than any difficult problem that you can be thrown your way. My God, that is so
And
good.
I'll tell you guys something, it's like, it really is like art, because stop me if you haven't heard this one, but have you heard an artist say something like, oh, I really need to practice more, but I'm such a perfectionist. If I don't get it right, I spend too much time or get frustrated and then stop. Like, artists, the perfectionist thing is what holds people back from their creativity, the perfectionist side. Because guess what? You see things and you think they're perfect, right? You see something that like another artist does, and you're thinking in your mind, I can never do that. That is perfect. Well, I guarantee you that artist could point out several places that he or she feels they messed up on that piece. So what I'm trying to get at is perfection is in the eye of the beholder. And when you're working on something like a vision, whether it's a painting, a convention, whatever kind of project you're doing, you have to learn to accept what comes out. So you produce the best you can do, and then accept what comes out, and leave it up to the eye of the beholder. You know your mistakes, but not everybody else is going to see them. So you do the best you can, and you try to create what you're creating, and however it comes out is how it was supposed to be. And then you can improve on that later.
There you go.
That's incredible. Yeah.
So
you're speaking right to me right now.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
That is
Chris,
awesome.
Yeah, this is so inspiring. I told you guys, y'all are both Mr. California Dreamer. That is everything. The perfectionist. Really, truthfully, like having both of y'all here, like I need a brace on. I'm white knuckling this interview right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so much. It's fantastic.
You guys are awesome. You guys have good energy, and you guys have good energy together.
It works. It's so fun.
Yeah. You guys have a good energy. I really want to sew you guys into the fabric of all my events. Some of my events are not anime, but still, if you guys want to work together, we can sew you guys into the other stuff too.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Listen,
Definitely.
you can make a podcast. It doesn't have to. We can have anime and chill and something else too.
Discuss anything and everything you got, Chris. I'm on board. I'm on board.
Awesome.
Your energy, your vibe, just your vision. I'm on board. I don't care what it is. Let's go.
I love it. And you know what? My next convention is a horror convention, but you know what? There's horror in anime, so anime and chill still works.
Yeah,
so.
by far.
I love it. Well, Chris, I've got to ask, we're talking all of this about Kimo Kawaii. I need to know, where can people find event details and purchase passes?
KimoKawaii.net. That's KIMOKAWAII.net. That's it right there. And
right there.
Yeah, make sure you follow our newsletter, because I'll tell you what, I got people hitting me up saying, oh, the voice recordings are all sold out. So we're going to do them every year. So if you're wanting something that has limited slots, make sure you're following the newsletter. Make sure you're following us on Facebook, Instagram. Maybe we can link that at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
All of our socials. And then that way you can be the first to know and you'll have the first opportunity. And we'll keep creating more opportunities for everyone. So if it was sold out this year and you were wanting to do it, we got you next year. Just pay attention.
There you
That's
go.
amazing.
There you go. That is amazing. That is, man, inspiring to its highest level, over 9,000. I'm just going to tell you that right now. That is just amazing what you're doing, Chris, and what you're doing for the people. Like I said, again, not everybody will take your time, energy, and effort to do that. So by all means, man, you are awesome for doing this. The vision is there. Everybody, please go attend Kimo Kauai. This is going to be a special event, and just always look out, because this man right here has got the vision on something special. So yes, let's do it. It's such awesome, man. That's so good. So there we go. There we go. I'm excited. I'm not lying. You got me wanting to like
I want you to come.
go out there to Texas, and I'm like, oh.
You guys don't even realize how much I'm going to put you on blast, too.
I am going. So after we finish recording, I'll have to tell y'all something together because it's going to be so silly. You're going to love it. Okay. Well, this is it for this session. Chris, thank you again for joining us. We appreciate it. Go ahead and give Kimo Kauai on Instagram a follow. There you'll be able to get any and all behind the scenes updates. They have a whole list of voiceover actors and actresses that you'll be able to see. This is going to take place June 4th and 5th, 2022 at the Lone Star Convention and Expo Center in Conroe, Texas. And we will see you there.
There you go, everybody. And, keep in contact with us, because we will be promoting this. We will give it all the energy that it needs for everybody to attend. So we got you.
Love it.
So definitely, Chris. And we always, again, this is our motto of the Anime Show podcast. We always spread it out to the universe, to everybody. We always end our show on a positive one. And that's us saying peace, love and anime. There you go. There we go. Yes.
Good job.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
Excellent. All right, y'all. Thank you so much.
Take care.